Maybe you're already an entrepreneur or you're thinking of becoming one. You're wondering, what are the most important communication skills for entrepreneurs? Well, in today's lesson, I'm teaching you just that, so let's jump right in. While this list is not exhaustive, it's certainly some of the most important communication skills to hone. Public speaking. You're doing a lot of presenting as an entrepreneur. Polishing and honing public speaking skills is a must. Whether you're presenting on stage, in meetings, over the phone, or in a Zoom conference call, you need to know how to give an amazing presentation. If you're giving your sales pitch or your elevator pitch, you're presenting. When you make a sales call, you're presenting. Do you have a hook, a catchy intro, a main argument supported by data points, and an effective closing with a food for thought? If not, start there. Public speaking is feared by most people you'll encounter in life, so you're definitely not alone. The other thing is that just like you go to the gym and you train your muscles to be stronger and more effective, you can also train to be a better public speaker. Persuasive communication. Oftentimes, especially when you first start out, you need to be persuasive enough so that people will not only listen, they'll also want to help you. Whether that means mentoring you, investing their time, energy, or even their money, it comes down to how well you're able to persuade them of your vision and your mission. You can be persuasive through storytelling. So if you are someone who is a natural storyteller, use that to your advantage. It can be a very powerful way to persuade someone of something. Otherwise, leverage the power of logos, ethos, and pathos to make a strong argument. Written communication. It goes without saying that good writing skills are a must. Think of how much happens over email and messaging these days. Being able to write well is paramount. Aside from emails, which you'll be doing a lot of, you'll also be writing social media posts, tweets, captions to visuals, and maybe even YouTube scripts. If you're invited to do a guest post on someone's blog or write for your own company or startup's blog, then you're going to need to know how to write well. Paying attention to things like grammar, spelling, and punctuation is one thing, but also the general flow of your writing. Is there a point? Have you gotten to that point clearly? Is there logic to your writing? Is there personal flair? How well is it structured? What's the so what? Meaning, why should people care to read this email, text, blog post, social media post? Make it interesting for them as well as relevant. A wonderful resource is The Elements of Style by William Strunk and E.B. White, and I highly recommend it. Attentive listening. Communication is a two-way street. Listening attentively is just as important as speaking eloquently. When you're interacting with mentors, potential clients, possible coworkers, fellow entrepreneurs, you need to give them your undivided attention. This means that you need to be listening attentively as possible. An entrepreneur is always learning, always growing. The entrepreneurs I know are resourceful, they're scrappy, and they're constantly acquiring new skills. Listening well is at the heart of this. When you're connecting with people, you need to really hear them out. Treat every person as someone that you can learn from. Getting to the point. You may have noticed that people are impatient. Even though we're focusing on boosting active listening skills, the reality is that you'll meet a lot of people who are lacking in this communication skill. Many people are impatient and they don't feel like listening to someone prattle on. And that's just the reality. So good listeners are few and far between, so don't be surprised if you notice someone half-heartedly listening to you while you're speaking with them. This is all the more reason to be as succinct as you can. Get to your point as early on as you can. Try not to be verbose, even if you're passionate about your ideas or your projects or your goals. Just get to the point, and if needed, you can always elaborate. But the key is to hook them first with something catchy and pithy. Communication facilitates interactions between people. If you focus on building these communication skills, you'll much more easily be able to find good mentors that you can have throughout the rest of your life, present your ideas clearly, get your team excited about your vision, and convince clients to choose you. Some of the most important communication skills for entrepreneurs, as we discussed in this lesson today, are public speaking, persuasive communication, succinctness, good written communication skills, and active listening skills. Alrighty, learners, that's it from me today. I'm so happy that you tuned into this lesson. If you enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up here on YouTube. And if you'd like to listen to this as a podcast, we have that. You can just check out our blog, explearning.co/blog. And if you're listening to it on Apple Podcasts, then you can leave us up to a 5-star review if you feel like it deserves 5 stars. And if you'd like to help our channel continue to grow, then feel free to share this channel and this lesson with anyone who wants to improve their communication and public speaking skills. All right, I will see you in the next lesson where we're going to continue exploring together. All right, see you then, and happy exploring.